Hey, what's up, mortals? MikeyMac here, and welcome to part 4 of What If Obito Won the War. I just wanted to greet you guys by saying sit back and relax, cause you're in for a treat. And so we begin. The divine fruit bloomed, its petals falling by its side like flowing waterfalls, slamming the other irrelevant parts of the tree. Its surface was the replica of the Rinne Sharingan, blood-red background with ripples running through it. Different tomoes latched onto the black thin circles, and one noticeable dot sat in the middle. The noise generated from the petals contacting the tree dragged the attention of the Shinobi Alliance. They turned their heads in unison. Trepidation was visible on their faces. Their eyes bulged in disbelief at what was about to happen. Eyes looked upward, staring at the full moon that reflected the Rinne Sharingan. It looked like a giant Rinne Sharingan just hanging in the heavens. Some expected the worst and started to run, but their legs trembled and they fell en masse, landing on the ground and either just sitting or trying to get back to their feet. Hashirama wasn't excluded. He glared at what was supposed to be the moon. The Rinne Sharingan. He whispered that word. A bright light shone from above. It was like the daytime, but the golden rays were white and pure. They overwhelmed the place, filling into every corner and hidden space like a predator searching for prey. The entire Shinobi Alliance looked up with mixed feelings etched on their faces. They were bewildered and afraid at the same time. One by one, their eyes changed from their natural pigmentation to fit the perfect description of the Rinne Sharingan. It was like a wave of demented power swept through the crowd, eating away at their mental well-being and letting the will of that power prevail above all things. No living thing was excluded from this sinister fate, not the dogs that roamed the streets or the cats that chased after rodents. Every living thing met the same fate, trapped in a near-eternal genjutsu. Everyone stood still, their movements ceased by a superior force, not that they willingly gave in. The only ones exempt from this bondage were the dead brought back to life once more, the likes of Hashirama, Tobirama, and the others. Those were capable of moving. Cracks started manifesting in the ground, spreading faster and becoming more evident until finally the ground burst open as the roots came through, roots that forced their way upwards. The roots rose high, growing higher and higher into the air until they reached about 20 meters. They had branches that stretched away, becoming long and large enough for a grown man to sit and even accommodate more. "This is bad," Hashirama added. He gritted his teeth while he reflected at his momentary incompetence. It wasn't a feeling he usually felt, but it was one that he was familiar with. During those years when the Uchiha and the Senju waged war on each other, and he was too weak to have any effect on it. If only he could have influenced it earlier, there wouldn't have been so much bloodshed. His brother Itama Senju would still be alive, and the exact same thing was happening before his eyes. But this time the stakes were so much more tremendous. There would be no righting this should it go as the adversary wanted. "We have to do something." The other Hokage looked at him. They agreed, but what could they possibly do? They were determined, but how could they fight? If all hope was lost, why fight? "The will of fire lives on. We will fight until the very end." His words seemed to kindle a new flame in the heart of the various Hokage. Those with fists clenched them forcefully. He made the first move, Hashirama Senju, the god of shinobi. He took a leap toward the protected host of the Ten Tails. The fall took him several seconds before he even got close to Obito. The others didn't stand there and do nothing, however. They joined in and engaged, or prepared to engage when the chance came. For those without senjutsu, their time was now put into considering the sphere of Truthseeker Ball that surrounded Obito. Hashirama Senju and Minato Namikaze would have to take the first step and break it. This video is sponsored by Soundpeats and their new True Free 2 wireless earbuds to provide the next level of quality and comfort. Have you ever gone out for a run and had to readjust your earbuds every 5 minutes? How about worrying about getting them caught in the rain and ruining your $200 earbuds? Well, those days are behind you, with an ergonomic design created to stay on even through the most rigorous workout, or function through a cascade of rain with its IPX7 water resistance. Enjoy 20 hours of battery life and seamless switching between earbuds without interruptions, and at a fraction of the price of most premium earbuds. Check out the new True Free 2 wireless earbuds in the link in the description. Also, know that using the link below, you won't only get an excellent audio experience, you'd also be supporting the channel, so we continue to provide the highest quality content possible. Each purchase helps, so if you're on the lookout for a new pair of earbuds, we've got you covered. The moment Hashirama came as close as a meter, his hands weaved hand seals at a rate so fast that it was a blur. Not that there were any onlookers interested in that mundane act, but before anything happened, the god of shinobi evolved, using his experience and his abilities to create something new. His chakra, in sync with nature's energy, was expelled in waves from his body, similar to what he could do with his normal chakra. It wasn't hard improvising to the need of all his attacks being senjutsu-based. The offensive waves met the body of the protective shell that Obito hid himself in. From within, Obito heard several thuds, and it was clear he was being assaulted, and he would surely respond. Obito willed his transfigured Truthseeker ball to respond to the attacks. Aligned with his ability to sense chakra at an extreme degree, there was no difficulty knowing where Hashirama Senju and his cohorts were. The sphere instantly grew spikes, their edges sharp enough to cut through almost anything. Hashirama was falling to his death, or so Obito assumed. But Hashirama was smarter than that. He was far more skilled than to just outright jump to his death. There was more to his tactics and movements, and the situation right now played out as he had predicted. A smile became visible on his cracked face. Before he could reach the spikes, he reacted, defensive measures already in place, courtesy to the hand seals made prior to his arrival. And now he would show the Ten Tails Jinchuriki why he was known as the god of shinobi. He stretched his hand forward, and roots of different sizes came slithering out from the side, like snakes from the grass once concealed, but now preying on something worth chasing. They slithered into the gaps between the spikes using their current fluidity, then reaching the very surface of the sphere, they solidified, becoming as strong as Sage Mode enhanced wood could be. This series of actions left Hashirama hanging in the air and completely out of range from the attacks that once threatened his life. Huh? I see. Obito was slightly confused at what Hashirama did at first, but it became obvious with his superior sensing abilities. He could sense the extensions of Hashirama's chakra that used his shell as a board to keep him in midair. It was impressive, that much Obito could say, but there were always options when you were the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. But was there really time when fighting an evidently matched foe? This was when Hashirama's trump card could bloom just like the divine tree. Behind Hashirama stood the 1,000-hand Buddha. It shadowed everything in the battlefield. Darkness loomed over all of them. The other Hokage looked up. They were startled at the very least. This was Hashirama Senju at his peak, and it was nothing to mess with. Minato could practically feel sweat flowing down his skin, his hair standing as if ordered to. This marvelous feeling wasn't fear. It was admitting that there was a power far more superior to your own. Obito's muscles tensed for a second. What was this tremendous chakra that lurked around him? He wondered, but he kept his guard up. Even before he could do anything, he felt pressure from above, and then the left, and then the right, and then above again. It was a loop, it just kept on coming. Repetitive action. The Buddha attacked with all of its hands. They were crafted from senjutsu, and would be effective against the Truthseeker ball. The air pressure from every hit propelled the different hair of the Hokage to their rear, clouds of dust rising and instantly being dispelled by the next series of pressure blasts. It was amazing. It went on for seconds, hit after hit. The once impervious shell of Obito started to manifest cracks. This was a sign of weakness at the beginning stage of the attack. Was the Ten-Tailed Jinchuriki really out of options? It was ironic how the feeling of invincibility could be snatched away during a fight against the god of shinobi. Even Madara could testify to that. That cynical smile while his blade pierced the back of Hashirama, only to discover it was a wooden clone. Painful memory indeed. Minute after minute it weakened until finally it broke like an egg. What was meant to be protected was exposed. There was no need for the other Hokage to pounce on him as planned. The Buddha kept on wreaking havoc on him, hitting his body from different angles and without any drop in speed. He was caught off guard, to be honest. Even though he sensed the huge chakra, he never expected an attack of this speed and range. Dodging wasn't an option, nor was blocking. He was truly, completely out of options. Would this be his end, too? Thank you all for indulging yourselves in the story thus far. I hope you're enjoying it. Now, there's a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, we have a primary channel called We the Celestials. We the Celestials is what we do here already, but the content is centered around the crazy world and lore of My Hero Academia. So please check us out over there if you're feeling in the mood for a roller coaster of quirky content. We also have another relative to that channel, Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes deep into the facts and lores of a wide variety of anime. It's sure to expand your weeb knowledge for all kinds of series, guaranteed. I'd like to let you all know on behalf of We the Celestials that we'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. If you're perhaps interested in what we do here at WTC, then I'd like to extend out an invitation for you to join the team. The only caveat being that we only accept members 16 and older to join our crew. You can find us on our Discord, which you can also locate in the description below. Our Discord is an all-around fantastic place to be. Whether you're a fan or just looking to join our band of misfits, all you gotta do is hit up the recruitment server and sign up for whichever category of work fulfills your interests. We're always looking for new members to join. Well, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.